Hey everyone, hi there. I hope you're all well. Today, I wanted to look at this topic of seeing the divine in everyone because I don't know if you've had the issue where you have to live with certain people or deal with certain people that are very triggering because of the way they are or the way that mm, they behave, what they've done in the past, and that you judge. And so I I believe that there is a larger part to them, that they are playing a role here, as we all are, and that there is a larger part of them that is so beyond what what they do or the role that they play in this life. And so I think that for me, the challenge is like, how can you hone into that part of them, which is which is divine, which is perfect and so far beyond and more beautiful than what they have chosen to play in this lifetime. And that's challenging. But I think that it gives so much more peace. And I struggle with that. So for me, I would really like to explore today, like how can you treat others from this place of compassion and understanding? And I guess tuning into and not, or at least not forgetting the part of them that is so much greater than the role they're playing, so that we, I guess, see things in a little bit more perspective. So if you have challenging relationships in your life, as I do, um, then let's see what comes through and if it can help us deal with these challenging relationships from a place of more peace, harmony, and perspective. So give me a few seconds and let's see what comes through. Greetings, Simon. I'm so glad that you made time for this. As always, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. We often move into spaces where we judge others. We judge what they say, we judge what they've done, we judge who they are. And this place always comes from the place of the ego, because the ego is what defines what believes is good, bad, a potential threat, or someone that offers potential safety. So it's always looking to classify people into good, bad, potentially threatening, or potentially not threatening, and therefore something or someone to explore. So it's always categorizing people. But the ego is it's like a filter. It chooses to see people through a particular lens, this particular lens of good, bad, right, wrong. It's like as if you had a pair of glasses on with two colors on each side of the lens. And so you see people and you see situations in these with these two different colors, and you decide which one is good, bad, which one can promote your well-being and which one will not promote your well-being, and you push them into one side or the other. But this is not the way that Source sees things, because Source sees everything in the potential that it has for experience, for exploration, for growth and expansion. And so every opportunity, every interaction, every person is an opportunity for growth and expansion and exploration. So it does not see through this lens that has two colors and that categorizes things as good, bad, right, or wrong. And the reason that it doesn't do that is because it finds equal value, even though you, from your ego perspective, fail to see this equal value. It sees equal value in every person, every situation, every circumstance. Why? Because every person, every circumstance, every situation is an opportunity for growth and expansion and experience and exploration, which is exactly what it's looking for. So it doesn't see and perceive things or people as right or wrong. It perceives them as an experience. And so even though perceiving something or someone as not being conducive to the sort of relationship that you would like to have is an invitation for you to look for other areas or other people who are of your preference. So it is an encouragement to search for things that do serve you. It doesn't mean that that person is not of value. It does have value. It's telling you what you don't want to experience, and the sort of people that you don't want to be around, without judging them as good, bad, right, or wrong, simply not being of your preference. But from the perspective of Source, it is never, ever a negative experience because everything contributes to its expansion. And in effect, what you are doing here, what you are experiencing, and what you are contributing to is the expansion, exploration, and experience of Source itself, who is expanding, exploring, and experiencing through you. So the next time you come across a situation, a person who you feel negative emotion towards, who you judge negatively, who triggers you in some way because it brings out that aspect of you which feels resentful, which feels angry. Remember who you are and what you are doing, and that that person is contributing in some way to the people around them, to their own expansion and exploration. It is helping them decide, as it is helping you decide what you prefer and what you do not prefer, and that is valuable. How many times have you sat down to ask yourself, what do I want? And found yourself not really knowing what you want. Isn't it easier to define what you want when you experience a situation or a person which shows you very graphically, experientially, what you don't prefer? Isn't it much easier to decide what you do prefer? Well, it's the opposite or something completely different. This is the value of these people. This is the value of the situation. The people that show you aspects of themselves, that have done things that you don't prefer, they help you define what you do prefer, and they help lay out a path for you. And they help encourage you to focus only on the things that you do prefer. And they help you through this contrast to define what you do prefer. So there's always value in them. Never judge them. Never explain or feel that they shouldn't have done this or shouldn't have done that. In the same way that things that happen in your life are always there to serve you in some way, the way that these people are is in some way also serving those people with whom they interact with. And so trust that they are being that way for a reason, and that that way of being is serving those around them, even if it be just to understand and identify what they prefer and to help them on their own way to expansion and exploration and experience. Just as Source is experiencing through you, Source is experiencing through all the others, the person that is acting negatively, and all the people around them. And it's all contributing to their expansion. So stay in the place of appreciation for that person, for the situations, and for what arises, because in somehow and in some way, it is serving those around them. And even though you can choose to distance yourself from those people which you do not prefer, to find joy and find your own sense of peace and harmony, you can do it from a place of non-judgment of those people you don't prefer, understanding that the way that they are is in somehow serving those around them and ultimately a greater good, and trust in that. And with that, we are complete. Wow. That was really good. That was lovely. Um, I have to go back and listen to that so that I can. But I felt really good, and I felt encouraged and inspired on to see those people I don't prefer in a different light, in a more positive light. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I really thank you for listening. If you have any questions or things, other topics that you would like me to explore, then please leave them in the comments below. Thanks again.